Welcome children. Now as you are aware of sign of all the 6 trigonometric functions in the various quadrants. So keeping that in mind, we can go through these problems. The question is, these are from exercise 3.2. It says find the value of other 5 trigonometric functions. So one trigonometric function will be given to us. Using that we will be finding the remaining 5. Okay, and for that we will be using the 3 trigonometric identities which you have learned in class 10th. Now see the first one, cos x is given to be minus 1 by 2 and it is mentioned x belongs to the third quadrant. So this minus sign is very well understood. Why it is there? Because this is an angle of third quadrant and cosine in the third quadrant is negative. That is why we have a minus sign here. So cos x is minus 1 by 2. Now we are well aware of the identity that cos square x plus sin square x is 1. So we can write sin square x as 1 minus cos square x. That gives us two values for sin x. One is plus square root of 1 minus cos square x. Another is minus 1 minus cos square x. So sin can have positive and negative. Two values it can have. Now which one you are going to keep, that will depend upon to which quadrant this angle belongs and what is the nature of trigonometric function in that quadrant. So we know x is an angle of third quadrant and sin x in the third quadrant is negative. So when we will write sin x here, it will be minus of square root of 1 minus cos square x. That comes out to be minus of square root of 1 minus square of minus 1 by 2, which is 1 by 4. If you simplify this under the square root, we get 3 by 4 and square root of that will be root 3 over 2 because 4 is a perfect square. So you can see sin x is coming out to be square root of 3 divided by 2. The numerator is not a perfect square, so it remains under the square root. 4 is a perfect square, you can evaluate that. Now cos x is known to you, sin x is known to you, tan x can be evaluated. It will be sin x over cos x. So put the values of sin x and cos x, you will see it comes out to be square root of 3 and see it is positive. So if you can recall, tan x and cot x are positive in the third quadrant. The remaining are negative. Sec x will be 1 over cos x, so take reciprocal of cos x. Cosec x will be 1 over sin x, so we take reciprocal of sin x. In the same way, cot x will be 1 over tan x, that is 1 over root 3. Okay, so all the questions are of same nature. Let us see each of them one by one. Second one is sin x is 3 over 5 and x is lying in the second quadrant. Now if sin x is known, its reciprocal cosec x can be written. You can see cosec x is 5 over 3. And what can we write for cos x? Cos x will be, now see again, I am not writing all the steps. We can directly write cos x as plus minus square root of 1 minus sin square x. Now as I explained again, you will check where the angle x is lying. It belongs to which quadrant. Accordingly, you will write plus or minus sign, any one of them. So in the second part, if you see, x lies in the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant, cos function is negative, cosine function is negative, sin is positive. You can see sin is given as plus 3 by 5. So cos x will be minus square root of 1 minus sin square x. So put the value of sin x, its square will be 9 by 25. And if we take LCM here and simplify under the square root, we get 16 over 5. So, and both are perfect squares, you can see. So cos x reduces to minus 4 over 5. And if cos x is minus 4 over 5, that means sec x will be minus 5 by 4. Now sin and cos both are known, so tan x can be evaluated. It is minus 3 by 4 and its reciprocal cot x will be minus 4 by 3. Then moving on to the fifth one, tan x is given minus 5 by 12, where it is mentioned x lies in the second quadrant. So obviously this negative sign is understood. Tan is negative in the second quadrant. So if tan x is minus 5 by 12, cot x will be minus 12 over 5. So think about the identity which relates tan x with some other trigonometric function. We know sec square x can be written as 1 plus tan square x. So sec x will be square root of 1 plus tan square x. Whether it will be plus or minus, that will depend on where x is. So because x is in the second quadrant and in second quadrant sec x is negative, so we'll put a negative sign here. Okay. So sec x is minus square root of 1 plus square of tan x. So square of minus 5 by 12 will be 25 over 144. So you take LCM and add 144 plus 25 is 169. So here we get 169 over 144. You can see both are perfect squares. So we can take square root. Sec x is minus 13 by 12. And so its reciprocal cos x will be minus 12 over 13. You know that if any two trigonometric ratios out of sin x, cos x and tan x are known, then the third can be evaluated. So you can see we can write sin x as tan x into cos x. And both are known. So you multiply both and we see sin x comes out to be 5 by 13. See, it is positive. It has to be positive because in the second quadrant sin is positive. And once sin is evaluated, we can find cosec x also, which comes out to be 13 over 5. Now moving on to the third one, which says cot x is equal to 3 by 4. Now think of the identity which relate cot x with the other trigonometric function. We have an identity that cosec square x is equal to 1 plus cot square x. So that is what we are going to use here. Now because cot x is given, so tan x can be straight away written as 4 by 3. And then using the identity which says cosec square x is equal to 1 plus tan x. So cosec x will be square root of, cosec square x is 1 plus cot square x. So cosec x will be written as square root of 1 plus cot square x. Then again, whether we need to put plus or minus sign, that will depend upon the nature of x. You can see x is in the third quadrant. And in the third quadrant, cosec is negative. So minus we will write here. Now put the value of cot x and get the corresponding value of cosec x. It will be 1 plus cot square x. So 9 by 4. In between I said it is 1 plus tan square x. Please ignore that part. We know cosec square x is 1 plus cot square x. Okay, so doing the substitution, see square of 3 by 4, 4 it is. So it comes out to be 9 by 16. Now go for taking LCM. It comes out to be 25 over 16. Both are perfect square, you can see. And cosec x comes out to be minus 5 by 4. Now once cosec is obtained, we can write sin x. It will be minus 4 by 5. Now we are left with cos x and sec x. So again see cos x can be written as, we can mention it as sin x divided by tan x. You can very well see tan x is sin x over cos x. So using that we are writing cos x. So put the value for sin x, which is minus 4 over 5, and tan x, let us quickly see, it is 4 by 3. So you can see 4 in both the numerators can be cancelled out. And cos x is coming out to be minus 3 by 5, which also gives us the value of sec x, which is minus 5 by 3. So children, you can see if one trigonometric function is known to us, using that the remaining 5 can be quickly evaluated. We only need to know the nature of the angle x.